Thank you for joining the CBN4 Primetime Sports Report for today. My name is Alian Christopher. Let's take a look at the major headlines for tonight. It's the clash of the champions in the Roseau Valley Basketball League. And England lost their last warm-up match before the start of the 2015 World Cup. We'll have more on these stories right after the break.
Our experience with retread tires shows an identical performance to a new tire. There's no reason not to use a retread tire. They cost significantly less. There are no problems that we can note with retread tires. It's a seamless transition whether it's a new tire or a retread tire. It's difficult to tell what's a retread and what's a brand new tire.
The cost of a retread tire is about half the cost of a new tire. The performance is the same. We use them on all of our heavy equipment from dump trucks to water trucks, and we're very satisfied with them.
Retreads, going further or less.
Tile Gallery Big Sale event with up to 60% off selected items from Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. Get a wide selection of tiles. Yes, tiles from 13 by 13 to 21 by 21. Biggest sale ever with major top busters and huge savings. Sale, sale, sale. Great deals you can afford. Come on down to Tile Gallery located in Donkey Beach, Canefield for your blowout savings. Welcome back. RIC Kensborough, Canefield Football Club and Wacky Rollers all recorded wins last night in the DFA Division 1 League. In a doubleheader at the Bath Estate playing field, Joachim Dominic scored in the second half of play to secure a 1-0 victory for RIC Kensborough over their long-time rivals Malta India Harlem United. In the second match of the night, Canefield Football Club walked away with all 3 points and 3 goals without breaking a sweat as Corleho failed to show up for their match. While in Dublin, Wacky Rollers defeated Starring & Sons St. Joseph 5 goals to 1. Meanwhile, in the Dumlek Women's League, Dive Dominica Harlem United continued their strong challenge to the title with a 3-1 victory over Bombers Starlights at the Newtown playing field. Alija Tit, Onisha Deluge and Kimra Joseph scored for Harlem, with Donisha Xavier scoring for Starlights. And just who will it be? The Roseau Valley Basketball League comes alive this evening with a clash of the champions. That match is between the Elijah Law Thunderers, who won the 2015 regular season, and the 2014 defending champions, the Ronald Charles Bullets. The 3-match series is tied at 1 game apiece, with a final game expected to be dubbed as one of the most exciting games of the season. The two teams clash at the Trafalgar Hard Court from 7:30 p.m. Come see the likes of Thomas Felix Jr., Fitzgerald Daniel, Halo Bellot, and Dwight Barron. This game promises to be nothing short but tough competition. The players will be eager to get their feet into the next round, which is the finals. And coming up next in the Primetime Sports Report, England suffers a heavy defeat right before the 2015 World Cup starts. Please stay with us. Tile Gallery Big Sale event with up to 60% off selected items from Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. Get a wide selection of tiles. Yes, tiles from 13 by 13 to 21 by 21. Biggest sale ever with major top busters and huge savings. Sale, sale, sale. Great deals you can afford. Come on down to Tile Gallery located in Donkey Beach, Canefield for your blowout savings.
Our experience with retread tires shows an identical performance to a new tire. There's no reason not to use a retread tire. They cost significantly less. There are no problems that we can note with retread tires. It's a seamless transition whether it's a new tire or a retread tire. It's difficult to tell what's a retread and what's a brand new tire.
The cost of a retread tire is about half the cost of a new tire. The performance is the same. We use them on all of our heavy equipment from dump trucks to water trucks, and we're very satisfied with them.
Retreads, going further or less.
Thank you for staying with us. The Pierre Charles Secondary School and the St. Mary's Academy played to a draw in the United Insurance Under-20 Secondary Schools Cricket Tournament yesterday at the Botanic Gardens. The St. Mary's Academy won the toss and opted to field first as the young men from the Pierre Charles Secondary piled up 163 all out. Alec Athanes top scored with 66 and Akan Edwards with 23. Bowling for St. Mary's Academy was Nick Alexander with 4 wickets for 22 runs and Terrell Toussaint with 3 for 80. The St. Mary's Academy, in reply, found the going tough as they fell short with just 76 runs on the board. Only Tyrell Toussaint withstood the pressure and made 47. Alec Athanes was the pick of the bowlers, taking 4 wickets for just 4 runs. McCoy Blanc also took 4 wickets and Akan Edwards with 2 for 16. SMA were forced to bat a second time as they were behind by 87 runs. In their second turn at the crease, they batted much better as they amassed 127 for the loss of 4 wickets when play was called to an end. Tyrell Toussaint again leading from the front, scoring 85. Earlier in his second innings knock, he sustained a muscle injury but came back and steadied his team. Kian John Baptist took 2 wickets for 44 runs as the Pierre Charles Secondary School won the first innings points. And it's election time again as the West Indies Cricket Board is set to hold its annual general meeting on March 7, 2015 at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in Kingston, Jamaica. As part of the AGM, elections will be held for the position of President and Vice President of the West Indies Cricket Board. The deadline for nominations to be received for the respective posts was on Saturday, February 7th. The following nominations were received: for President, Wycliffe Dave Cameron and Joel Garner, and for Vice President is Baldaf Mabher and our very own Dominican-born Emmanuel Nanthan. And England lost their last World Cup warm-up game by 4 wickets as Pakistan prevailed in a tense finish in Sydney. Alex Hales and Gary Balance came into the England side, but both got out playing loose shots. Joe Root then hit 85 from 89 balls, but fell in the penultimate over as England finished on 250 for 8 from their 50 overs. Pakistan skipper Misbah ul Haq and Umar Akmal kept them in contention, and Syed Afridi saw them home with 7 balls to spare. England must now decide on their 11 to face Australia in Melbourne when the tournament begins on Saturday, with the biggest decision resting over who joins paceman James Anderson and Stuart Broad in the bowling attack. And that's how we conclude the sports for this evening. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for the evening primetime news.